Hey team, Dave DeBerardinis here. It is 10 after 10 here on the East Coast, Sunday morning. I'm going to give it just a moment or two to allow people for the Facebook algorithm to send out the texts or whatever you want to call them, that we are live here on In Their Own Words. Because there's something really powerful that I want to share with you guys on what's happening. So as you come on here, give us a shout out, say hi, let us know that you're here. We're going to start here in just a minute or so, once we get a few more people that hear and see this. Hey Bella, good morning. So we'll get started here in just a moment, guys. This is going to be about being elite, and I'm going to share with you what that means in about 1 minute. So we allow people to come on here. Hope your Saturday's going amazing. I know there's a lot of changes going on with ViiVa right now. Tavala to ViiVa, that transition happens on Wednesday, the 9th. Big announcements, right? So that's happening. So the reason I'm posting on here today is I want to be able to share, and I want you to be able to share this video with your downline. I will make a YouTube of this also. So let's get started. So good morning, Dave DeBerardinis. It is, I don't even know what day it is today. We are at 10 after 10, early January. We are announcing a brand new group for our team. It's going to be Elite. We already have the group set up, and I want to share with you what this is, how it might or might not fit for you, and what we're going to be doing in that group. First of all, this group, Be Elite, it'll be ViiVa Elite, is going to be for people that are actually here to create $100,000 a year or more. We're going to run 3 30-day boot camps back to back. For 90 days, the goal I have for everybody in 90 days is to be earning a minimum of $5,000 a month. Now, when I say my goal for you, we're not making this a requirement. We're not doing a hand picking on who we want to have in here. What we want is for people who are absolutely serious and who want to create a minimum of $5,000 a month and are willing to do whatever it takes to get there. This is the group for you. Now, I know there are lots of people in our team that are here just for earning enough money to cover their product. That's awesome. There's folks here that are here to make $500 a month. That's awesome. And guys, there's no blame or shame. We're just putting together a group that wants to earn a 6-figure income, okay? Because we're going to be teaching some things. There's going to be challenges in here. This is not a group where you're going to sit back and just study and get the knowledge in your head. This is going to be experiential. Imagine how incredible your life can get in 30, 60, and 90 days if you're actually applying, not thinking about, not studying, but actually applying and learning the skill sets required to be massively successful in this industry. And the only thing standing from where you are to where you want to get to, and in this group it's 100,000 a year or better, the only thing standing between those two places are skills, intention and skills. So why did I set the numbers, $5,000 a month in the next 90 days, and somebody wants to make $100,000 a year as a minimal who wants to be part of this group? Creating new skill sets, creating new mindsets, when it's not what you've been doing for years or years and years, you're going to have to have a high level of intention, a high enough goal that's going to help push you through those parts and those pieces that you feel like quitting, that you feel like, no big deal. I don't really want to make that kind of money. Honestly, I don't know anybody that doesn't want to make an abundance of money. Now, we may put a different number on abundance, but it's been my experience that most of us are only creating and are saying we want to create is what the least amount that we're willing to take. What if we started shifting that into what you actually can achieve, what you can actually create a lifestyle here with Tavala, now going to ViiVa, okay? So some of the pieces we're going to be covering and some of the challenges that you're going to be required to participate in, and I did say required, this is a group that wants to, that gets to earn $100,000 a year. You don't have to, you get to, right? And some of the concepts that we're going to be covering and the challenges we're going to have is, number one, you're going to need to have plenty of samples on hand. And I'm going to talk about that at a future on our conference call, which we'll have Tuesday night. Well, I'll give you all the specific details, because we're going to start this next Saturday, right? So there will be a conversation of, you will need to have samples. Do you have to have sample packs? No, you can hand out 2 and 3 sticks of trim. I mean, you can do it. That's how we build, right? Before they had the pretty fancy packs, but samples is one of them. Other challenges are going to be business conversations every week. How many? If I tell you some of these numbers, I'll probably blow out half of you, but that's okay. We're going to have a requirement to have so many business conversations every week. We'll have requirements to how many samples that need to go out every week. This is what leaders do, right? How about this? On week 2, we'll be into how many 3-way calls you're going to execute. That means you and one of your prospects, you're going to execute probably to somebody else in this group, because we're all going to be on the same page, and you're going to develop a community of people that know and have the same skill sets you have, so you can be confident when you put somebody on your prospect on a phone that they're not there to snowball them, to BS them, to fake it till they make it. They're going to answer their questions. They're going to ask them if they want to get in, and we're going to teach you how to do that. Okay. Week 3, we're going to talk about how to. You're going to start hosting your own team calls. Why? That's what a leader does. That's what a leader does. 5.5, 6 years ago, when Joanna got re-involved in this industry, by the 3rd day or 4th day, we decided to set up a team call for that following Monday night. Only 3 people showed up, but I didn't know what I was going to teach. But I knew that leaders host calls, leaders teach their downline, leaders are there to support. When I say support, I mean teach the skill sets. You can't control if someone picks it up, but you can control what you're teaching, right? And so that first live team call that I hosted, I was scared to death. I said, I didn't even know the whole compensation plan. So I picked the first part, which was Fast Start. Well, we have a Fast Start with Tavala. It's called the Alpha Packs, right? Anybody buys an Alpha Pack, a 200-point Alpha Pack, you make 20% off the top, and the rest goes into, that's what I taught. That's what I taught for my first call. Okay, so week 3, you're going to start doing your own conference calls with your team. And we're going to talk about how to do that. How about this? Let me ask you a question. I kind of know the answer already, and I'll be transparent on my answer too. How often do you practice what you say to your prospects? How often, how many times a week? Let's just do that. I don't mean to say daily. How many times a week do you practice exactly what you're going to say to your prospect? How many times a month? To be transparent with you, I pretty much wing it. Am I overly excited about our results? No. You see, leaders, one approach and one close can earn you $100,000 a year in this industry. Joy and I just run with our hair on fire. That's pretty much our whole secret. Okay? And once we get in there and we're sharing and sharing and sharing, we start developing what we're going to say. But how many times have you actually practiced? I was watching a video, it was a couple years ago, and it was on the basketball coach Phil Jackson. This is when he was the basketball coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, and at the time Kobe Bryant, one of the top in the world, was on the team. And as they're showing Phil, and they were showing all different things out in the court, the practice sessions, imagine that, right? Every other group, right, many of us did this in sports, we'd have to go to practice. We practiced more than we played games. Wow, how about if we're not practicing what we're saying? But here's what I saw. So they're showing a picture of the locker room, and Phil Jackson he's really great coach. And he's talking to the team, and there in the corner is Kobe Bryant. Now, at this point, he was at the height of his game. And he's got a ball in his hand, and here's what he's doing. Over and over. And I'm looking at him going, what is wrong with that guy? Then it occurred to me, here's a guy at the top of his game, and he's still practicing moving the ball from here to here Because in the next game or the next couple games, there's going to be this opportunity when he's playing live, when he's playing actually in front of what we would call prospects, that move is going to make him faster and he's going to get around that person, right? And here he is, already at the top of his game, practicing this simple move, and maybe it was here and the next step was that way. I don't know. But here he is practicing the simple move. So if you don't have a script, and it doesn't have to be a long, flowery, it can be really direct. But if you're not using and practicing a script, your results are maybe 5%. 5% at the most of what you could be earning in this industry. There was a guy I heard a story tell that, and I forget who told me this, his entire script, he loved cars. He would go to gas stations, see a muscle car, seeing something next to him, and he'd say, oh, that's a really cool car. And they would chat for a moment or two. He goes, listen, I teach people how to be able to afford a car like that and not have to go to a job. And they would say, well, how do you do that? And he goes, I don't have time, I got a scoot, here's my card, give me a call. That was his whole approach. Now, that may not work for you, probably don't work for me. I'm not excited about cars. If there were little airplanes, I'd probably be excited, right? But he built a multi-million-dollar business, and that was his only approach. But he practiced the approach, just like Colby practiced it, just like any other athlete, any other person who's at the top of their game has a practice. So we're going to teach you some scripts, because there's only 4 pieces in this business. And the reason why I'm taking this, and I'm going to keep this group small, maybe 15 people. I don't know what I'm going to do if it's more than that, but maybe only 15 people. I want to develop the core, because what we have to do here is develop the core, then we can develop the culture on the rest of the team. So yeah, do we want to teach the rest of the team this? Absolutely. But I want to start and generate success for you and for you to see that this works, so you begin teaching it to the people on your team. So this is going to be the upper level, and it's going to be called Be Elite. Okay? So we're going to be teaching the absolute scripts, because all we do here is invite, right? We follow up, we do a 3-way, and we enroll. That's what we do. And if you don't have a practice of it, and you don't have confidence when you're talking to somebody, not in the way that they're going to enroll with you. What if you had the confidence? And confidence comes from a skill. It doesn't come from just blowing yourself up or fake it till you make it. Everybody can see through that garbage a mile away. If you have the actual skill set to look somebody in the eye and say, even if it's a sample person, and say, got a quick question for you. Would you be open to a side project if it didn't affect what you were currently doing? I'm thinking we got to do that at least 20 times a week to be part of this group. At least. Imagine what your business does. All those people we never said that to. We probably get another 20, 30% of those people signing up that want to do the business. So we're going to teach that as one of the skill sets. Okay? So the challenges. So we're going to have challenges that are going to run every week, and you're going to need to stay up with them in this group. Okay? We're going to do 30-day boot camp. It's going to be 3 sets back to back. Okay? So you'll be able to watch this later, but number one, the goal, you have to be at least 5,000 in the next 90 days that you want to create, that you'll do whatever it takes. That's really the baseline. The one thing that we have found in this industry and in anything that I've done, whether it was real estate business or my aircraft business, was you've got to set high goals. If you want to have the energy to move through those normal ceilings that we all feel to create and get to that goal. Okay? So, we're going to have some challenges. We're going to have expectations. We're going to be holding each other accountable. We'll be doing weekly conference calls. Weekly conference calls. I'm not going to do a Zoom. I find that Zoom is great if I just want to be the talking head. But in terms of the interaction, it doesn't happen. Okay? So we'll do on the phone conference calls, and I'll share with you my conference line. So week 3, you're going to start doing your own conference team calls. And how we do that, maybe I'll do a short video on how to. But we're going to co-create this, okay? So here's what's going to happen. Tuesday night, this Tuesday evening, probably 8:30, I don't have it figured out yet. We're going to have a conference call. That means you won't see me, so you can be sitting around like I'll be in an old beat-up shirt, whatever. Probably not shaved. And we're going to have a conference call, and I'm going to get into the details of what the expectations are going to be. I'm not going to give you everything because I want you to experience this. You see, there's a difference between study and training. Most people, when they learn something new, they think it's all about the study, the absorption of material. That doesn't move a damn thing down the road. The only thing that changes your result is training. So you have the experience and the application of that experience to apply it. So if you're training and practicing on your prospects, please stop. We're going to show you how to practice. We're going to be role playing. I'm going to show you how to accelerate your learning, and I'm going to show you in a role play situation how you're going to be doing it with yourself and other people in this group to not only expect to do better, but to actually have the experience so when you talk to somebody, your confidence is naturally there. So Tuesday night, look for the link. I will make this a short a YouTube video. I don't know how short, running my mouth. We'll make it a YouTube video so you can share it with your team. I'm going to keep this group small. I really am. I want to get the core people. I want to get this done, and then we can move on and teach everybody. Okay? So I originally thought it was going to be by, well, you had to hit gold or above. I don't think so. Sometimes people hit ranks because they got people under them that are busting tail, right? Or they got 2 or 3, which is a great sign, but I don't want to limit it to that. We got some people that signed up fairly recently that'll rock this thing, okay? So we're not going to limit it. Oh, here's something pretty cool. Check this out. We got some coffee mugs we found we're going to order. It's called Be Elite. Founding member. How cool is that? So that's what we're going to set up, guys. So be on the lookout here in Team Tavalla. This is just for our team. I say that because I see Reggie Jackson on the line. Reggie, well, he's part of Team Tavalla too, or Team ViiVa. So look for the link. We're going to have a conference call. It'll just be on the phone on Tuesday night. I'm going to break down and give you more of the details of the challenges and break down what you're going to have to show us to be part of this team. Just wanting to be in is not enough. We're going to figure out a way I want the right people here. And if it's not something that we can stay up with on an ongoing basis, then maybe after the first 30 days, you may want to consider stepping out of the group, okay? And I'm not saying this to scare you. I'm saying this, in fact, if you are a little scared, that's a really good thing. What that says is, what I'm saying is likely out of your comfort zone. And your success happens to be outside of that comfort zone too. So you might as well get used to being out there if you want to create new results, right? So once you get used to that lack of comfort and you start feeling comfortable with the lack of comfort, at that point, your business is already rocking, okay? That's the intent of the new elite group, is to take a core group of people, teach them the skill sets, hold the accountability to them, and grow your business. So this is not for the faint of heart. This is for the people who go, put me in the game, coach. I don't care what it takes. That's what it takes to be successful. I'll guarantee it. Guys, thanks so much. I will see you guys on Tuesday night. I will open this up to the entire team. I will get into more detail of the challenges so you know what's coming. And for those people who will be part of this group, we will start next Saturday. Put a seatbelt on your office chair. It's about to get real, and it's about to be a blast. We're gonna have a flippin' fun time. Guys, that's what I got. Have an outstanding Sunday. You guys are awesome. You rock. Let's finish strong. We got 2.5 more days in the week. And then this company goes, big announcements on Wednesday. It goes to ViiVa. Ooh. Let's be elite. Have a fabulous Sunday. You absolutely deserve it. Bye for now.